Covering news where you live. This is 5 News at
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kayla Davis, along with meteorologist Bella Grace. Bella, we've had a winter storm, an ice storm, and then some crazy fog. What can we expect this weekend? On July 3rd of 2022, deputies with the Crawford County Sheriff's Office were called for a domestic disturbance near Natural Dam Road. When deputies got there, they found Christina Seipert had been shot and told us at the time she was pronounced dead at the scene. You can read more about the court filing and this case at 5newsonline.com. Today, Alaska Airlines is expected to resume flights on Boeing 737 MAX 9 jets. This comes weeks after the FAA grounded the planes following a mid-air flight incident. Boeing CEO met with U.S. senators on Capitol Hill yesterday to answer some pretty tough questions about the safety of the aircraft. Jared Hill has the latest details. After some confusion over how districts can make up their snow days, State Education Secretary Jacob Oliva is meeting with school leaders to clear up those concerns. He spoke to several superintendents across the state about the use of AMI days. Some parents and teachers would like to have that online instruction available and have the days count towards meeting those minimum in-school requirements. But Oliva says there's no substitute for being in class.
By saying, here's a worksheet, go home and fill this out, or log into a Zoom for an hour is equivalent to making up that day of instruction is ridiculous. So when we look at what are those minimum expectations, it's 178 days of school or 1,068 hours of instruction.
Schools can apply for waivers to adjust their school calendars, and that may become necessary if more winter weather comes along. Suspect Brian Koberger is expected to be in court this week for 2 hearings. You may remember he's accused of killing 4 college students at the University of Idaho in November 2022. Attorneys for Koberger filed a motion last October to have the grand jury indictment against him dismissed. That request has already been denied, but his defense team says there was misconduct by the prosecution, a lack of evidence, and a biased grand jury. Koberger's first hearing will be closed door this afternoon. That's where the defense will ask the judge to reconsider his denial to dismiss that indictment. Immediately after, there will be a public hearing to begin scheduling dates. Many roads are damaged after the winter storms. Some of them have fresh potholes and dirt roads have turned into thick mud. Crews are struggling to get some of these problems fixed because the ground's too wet and cold to pour fresh asphalt into. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer spent all day Thursday out on some of these roads and shows us the work that cities and counties are putting in to help drivers travel safely. I can handle a little bit of rain, but these warm temperatures, this is what I've been waiting for these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's so nice to finally be able to see the sun. That's going to feel amazing.
Absolutely. A quick programming note, we will not be broadcasting our normal night 5 News at 4, 5, and 6 on TV this evening due to the 3rd round of the PGA Farmers Insurance Open. Instead, we will be airing our 6 p.m. show online. You can find that on our free 5 Plus app for Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire Stick. To learn more about downloading 5 Plus, scan the QR code on your screen and we'll see you back on TV for your 5 News at 10. And you can stay up to date all day long on 5newsonline.com. The mother of a convicted mass murderer is due back in court. Opening statements were made on Thursday in the unprecedented trial of Jennifer Crumbley, charged with involuntary manslaughter. She's accused of failing to stop her son Ethan from committing a deadly school shooting in 2021. Jennifer and her husband James have pleaded not guilty. Jared Hill has the story. January is nearly over, and for some, that means it's almost crawfish season. But they could be hard to come by this year, and if you do find them, you can expect to pay a little more to enjoy them. Brooke Buckner shows us how a short supply is affecting some Arkansas businesses. And don't forget, 5 News is your home for Super Bowl 58. We are just 16 days away, and all the playoff action leading up to the big game action can be found right here on Channel 5. The next playoff games are set for this Sunday. It's the Kansas City Chiefs against the Baltimore Ravens, and the San Francisco 49ers take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, the Super Bowl takes place February 11th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. A live look outside this afternoon. We will be back for our final check of the forecast.